What is going on, people? I am back for another review. And if you couldn't tell by the title, it is called Clowntown. I don't have it in front of me because it actually hasn't come out yet. It actually comes out in theaters September 30th. I don't know, I believe it's select theaters. And after that, it goes on VOD and DVD October 4th. I got a screener to preview and review for you guys. So again, it's called Clowntown. It's written by Jeff Miller. It's directed by Tom Nagel. It stars Brian Nagel, Lauren Compton, Andrew Staton, among many others. Pretty much what this is about is a town with crazy clowns. But before I get into that, right in the beginning, you get a babysitter babysitting these two young kids, a little boy and a little girl. And, the girl's into it. The boy just seems very off. She's trying to talk to the kid. He doesn't answer. He doesn't respond. He just doesn't seem all there. At one point, he ends up dressing up as this clown. He ends up running away. Well, not running away, but running upstairs. The babysitter ends up running after the kid, and let's just say bad things happen. So 15 years later, it has that cut scene. It says 15 years later, cuts to two couples on their way to a concert. So they're trying to get directions, but their phones aren't working because it's in these random little towns. So they end up going into a local diner and asking a few of the people for directions to this concert that they're trying to get to. But a couple of local guys are definitely, annoying. They're trying to hit on the girls that are there. And in pops this sheriff and gets these guys away and says, hey, listen, don't listen to these guys. They're they're directing you in the wrong way, and they're, degenerates and everything. I'll tell you a way to get to your destination the quickest, but you're going to go through these weird towns. Don't stop in them, just go through them, but it'll be the quickest route to get there. So they take the directions from this guy. They go towards this concert, and the one girl but she realizes that she forgot her cell phone. Not only is it her cell phone, but she has one of those, I guess, cases where you can put money in your ID and everything with it. So she says, I forgot it there because of the guys messing with us. I must have forgot it there. So they kind of convince her to, let's just go to the concert and then go pick it up after. So she's like, well, how do I know it's there? So they end up calling the cell phone, and one of the guys, whoever picks up, the guy's talking, and he arranges for them to meet in the town over. So instead of them having to go all the way backtrack to get the cell phone, he'll just meet up with them and give them cell phones. So they're like, okay, let's go. Let's go to this town. They end up driving into the town and realize that this place is, kind of abandoned. It's very weird. Middle of the day, and they don't see a soul. So like, okay, this is weird. But let's just wait where this guy says. So they kind of sit in this gazebo and wait for this guy to get there. And hours pass. Well, it seems like hours because, the sun goes down. And they're like, listen, we can't wait for this guy. Eventually, we'll give him a call. They're trying to call him again, but they have no service. So they're like, okay, let's just go to the concert and then eventually call the guy and then finally pick up your cell phone. So the girl agrees to it. So they go back to the car, try to leave, but the car is not starting. So they end up popping the hood and realizing that something happened. Someone cut the wires. So they're like, okay, well, this is, as they're trying to fix the car, they look in the corner and they see this guy kind of like looming in one of the back alleys. So they're asking him, is there a payphone? Is there a garage somewhere? But the guy's not answering. He just he just keeps on walking. So they're like, okay, let's just leave this spot. It's not doing, us any good. Let's look for a payphone. Let's look for something. So they end up walking down the street, and one of the girls ends up running into this, clown guy dressed up as a clown, and she kind of backs up and she almost gets run over by these two other guys that are now in the picture. So now you got two couples and these two random guys, and let's just say this is where the story begins. I'm not going to go too much into depth to it, but this is when they run into the clowns. You got this whole town that you thought was abandoned, but it really isn't. You got these psychopath like people dressed as clowns that are now after these kids. one of the guys gets whacked off with a tire iron, and then, you know, all the rest are now running from these really crazy looking clowns. I'll leave it at that because the rest is more of a, run for your lives, let's get out of here, who's gets caught, who doesn't kind of deal. But let me say, for the gore that is in it, it doesn't have a whole bunch of gore, but some of it is definitely, very intense. Uh, the story, I've seen before, but this one, the storyline, has you guessing, and it just keeps on going through the whole movie. There's no, slow parts. I enjoyed it the whole time. If you're into, clowns, if you're into running, like, kind of survival mode kind of deal, I think you really enjoy this movie. I enjoyed it for what it was. Again, not the craziest amount of gore, but the gore that they did have in it was definitely intense. You get a tire iron to the face. You get a few other things. A good amount of blood in this, though. The other thing I did like about this is a lot of the clowns. Well, there's not a whole bunch of them, but the one especially had this crazy, creepy like feel to him, and just he reminded me like of Gary Busey decided to like dress up in face paint. It kind of had that vibe to it. It was definitely disturbing. I enjoyed it a whole lot. I'd say definitely. I believe again it comes out in theaters September 30th, and then it goes to VOD and DVD on October 4th. So I definitely suggest you guys definitely go ahead check it out, especially if you're into the whole psychopathic, like psycho clowns or survival type movies. This I think will definitely be up your alley. So hopefully you enjoyed this review. Hopefully it kind of pushed you towards seeing it. I'll leave all the links I can on the bottom of this, like where you can purchase it or where it's coming out to view. I'll leave all the links on the bottom of this. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed my review. Hopefully you're still, with me. If you haven't already, definitely go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. I'm almost at 750 subscribers. I guess once I hit that mark, I'll do a giveaway contest. So 2 away, I believe. I'm 748. So once I hit that 750, I'll do a giveaway contest. I'll leave all the links to my other social media, such as I got an Instagram where I show off my movies here. I got a Twitter. I got a Facebook fan page. I got a Horror Amino. So I'll leave all the links to that. If you're, on those, follow me there. For those of you who, have friends that might want to see some, this movie, definitely go ahead, share it, and, if you haven't, hit that like button. And again, if you haven't, subscribe. So until next time, I'll see you guys.